For me, leadership is the capacity to inspire people around a compelling vision, to achieve a great outcome, and in the process, to help people achieve the potential they didn't even know they had.
There's a mythology, a common mythology, that great leaders have a style. You know, they're hard charging, or they're micromanagers, or they're very delegating, or they're good in a crisis, and that they have a dominant style and personality, and that's what makes them successful. And the situational leadership view is that, no, what makes really great leaders is the ability to change your style based on the situation. And so you really have to force yourself to think, okay, what does this situation I'm in right now demand, or what will optimize for the project we're working on and the person or team who's working on that endeavor.
I'm in an organization where we frequently have coaching exercises, and to some extent coaching is difficult because you learn those skills, but then you go back out to the field, and it's difficult to necessarily implement those without having constant feedback and support.
I think feedback is really essential to us realizing our potential as employees as well as leaders. And it's the responsibility of every people manager to provide their teammates feedback, and yet I think we all know that many don't do it. And so as people managers, we have an obligation, it's a responsibility, and it is the respectful thing to do to provide teammates feedback. And by the same token, as leaders and as teammates, we have to be willing to receive feedback.
One of the simplest things that people often don't do is giving feedback in the moment. You know, people often just hold on to it and wait, well, you know, I'll give feedback at review time. And that's too late.
My observation is that organizations take their cues from their leaders, and that is, on the one hand, a phenomenal opportunity to influence, and on the other hand, an incredible responsibility and burden. So a metaphor that I like is an orchestral metaphor of thinking about the role of the conductor in front of the entire orchestra. And being a leader is like being on the podium with a baton in one's hand all the time. And depending on the expression on our faces, the way that we conduct ourselves every single day, the organization takes cues and decides what they believe and how they will behave. And so the leaders do have to take responsibility for shaping that culture and realize that every day they are setting the example, and that example should be set consistent with the culture they aspire to create in their organization.
You know, people won't necessarily remember what you did or what you do or what your accomplishments are, but they do remember how you make them feel. And I think when it comes to inspiring teams, inspiring companies, making people feel successful and feel inspired is a lot of what leadership is about.
You can have the hard skills that you learn here and that you learn in undergraduate school and throughout life, but the soft skills that you also learn meeting people from other parts of the world and talking to them and trying to understand how they're thinking and how you can accomplish something between different people. That was a very important part of my life and something that I have used throughout my career.
I mean, part of what a business school curriculum provides is the opportunity to learn and grow, and we all need to have the wisdom to know the many ways in which we can learn and grow, and our leadership is one of the most important.